Hey guys, in this video, we're going to talk about green card holders. Can you travel? And if so, how long can you stay outside of the United States? What rights do you have anyway if ICE stops you on the street or shows up to your home? Also, what are some of the things that can happen in your life that could cause you to lose your green card? Let's get into all of this. I'm Latoya McBean Pompey, an immigration lawyer in New York, working with clients nationwide at McBean Law, where we believe that freedom is now. So go ahead, type in freedom now if you agree with that. Friends, we can be reached at 914-898-9488 to discuss your immigration problem. Also, guys, before you go today, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. So let's talk about green card holders. Green card holders, they have a lot of rights and privileges, a lot. Number one, green card holders can certainly live permanently in the United States and work pretty much anywhere they'd like to work here in the United States. You're not a citizen quite yet, so there are some limitations, and we're going to get into them momentarily, but you can stay here permanently and enjoy the freedoms that we have here in the United States, of course. Number two, green card holders can travel. They can leave the United States and come right back in. However, this is a huge one, guys. How long can they stay outside of the United States? It is advisable that they do not stay outside of the U.S. longer than 6 months. For many people, in times past, they would stay out 6 months or even longer, and then they return, and there's no issue, right? At the airport, they just come right in, no issue. For others, they get a little slap on the wrist, and a stamp is placed in their passport to indicate that they've stayed outside of the United States longer than they should have. And then for some very few people, they are placed in removal proceedings because customs is accusing them of abandoning their residency status. And so now they'll have to take their case before an immigration judge to defend their green card. So there are limitations with your travel. If you're going to stay outside of the United States or need to stay outside of the United States longer than 6 months, apply for a reentry permit, guys, which would allow you to stay out for a year or longer. Do that before you leave the United States. Importantly, under this current Trump administration, I do not think that they're going to slap a lot of people on the wrist for staying outside of the United States longer than 6 months without a reentry permit. I think that things are going to really become more aggressive at the border and certainly at airports. So do things the right way and get a reentry permit so that you won't experience these problems when you're trying to re-enter the United States. The other benefit that green card holders have is they have access to health benefits. Green card holders can access U.S. health care programs like Medicaid if eligible. After 5 years, certainly they could apply for U.S. citizenship, most of them, and become a U.S. citizen and access even more benefits. If you're married to a U.S. citizen and you got your green card through marriage, you might be eligible for early naturalization, and you will not have to wait for the full 5 years before applying for citizenship. Green card holders also have the right to petition for their family members. They could only petition for, however, a spouse and children who are under 21 and unmarried, and children who are over 21 and unmarried. Their children, doesn't matter what the age is, so long as the child is unmarried. That's the key. Now, green card holders have other limitations. They cannot vote in federal elections. They absolutely cannot vote for a president or members of Congress. Voting for those individuals and in federal elections, voting is reserved only to U.S. citizens. They also cannot take certain government jobs, such as a federal law enforcement position or national security roles. Green card holders also cannot serve on a jury in federal court. That jury duty in federal court is typically reserved to U.S. citizens only. Military service, there are some restrictions with serving in the U.S. military as well, but it depends on your status and situation. We've already talked about how long you can stay outside of the U.S. Again, you should not stay more than 6 months. If you need to stay more than a year, certainly apply for a re-entry permit that would allow you to stay up to 2 years outside of the United States. Now let's talk about what could cause you to lose your green green card status. Number one, a criminal conviction. For instance, if you're convicted of certain controlled substance violations, you can be deported. Or if you're convicted of domestic violence, that could also lead to being deported. Crimes of moral turpitude can also get a green card holder deported. If you have a criminal record, green card holder, and you'd like to apply for citizenship, work with a lawyer, an experienced immigration lawyer, before you apply for naturalization. Another reason that could cause a green card holder to lose the residency status is lying on an immigration application or committing fraud or misrepresentation. Once the government finds out about it, they can place you in removal proceedings for the fraud or misrepresentation. Thirdly, staying outside of the United States too long can also cause you to lose your residency status. Now, let's talk about what you should do if you have an ICE encounter. First of all, green card holders, carry your green card with you at all times. You may show ICE your green card to prove that you're here lawfully and permanently. Most times they will just release you and it will be the end of that. However, if they target you, which means that they are coming after you intentionally for a reason, such as a criminal conviction or an immigration fraud or violation that they've discovered, they're targeting you, green card holder, to place you in removal proceedings for you to defend your status here in the United States before an immigration judge. Lawyer up, hire a lawyer, certainly if you're detained by ICE for one of those reasons. Again, it's super important that you carry your green card with you wherever you go and keep a copy of that green card at home. Guys, that's all I have for you in this one. I hope you found it helpful. Be sure to like, comment, and share this video with others so that they will also get this information. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.